Hi, this is my Unit 5 discussion on legibility and readability. Legibility is being able to distinguish between the characters within a text. This can be done by using serifs, like we have in this example here. This is one that's using serifs, this is using sans serifs. Using a taller X height, like in this example. So the one with the taller X height does show a little bit more legibility. And the weight shouldn't be too thin or too bold. So I have it in this example here, it goes light, dark, and the ones that are more readable, I would say, are the regular, medium, and semi-bold. And what to look out for is also contrast. So contrast can make your letters very illegible, but if you use it in the right way, it can work for you. So here they can use a black background with white font, or any darker color with a lighter color font, or you could reverse it using a light background with a dark color font. Also, things to look out for are different types of fonts, counters, and stroke contrast. So I have them here as bad examples. So with a certain font, it can make it a little too crazy and unreadable. Or if you have your counter not having enough space or a bit too close together, it can make the letters a little harder to make out versus whenever they're breathable, like in this font here. And whenever the stroke weight is a little too dramatic, it can also make the letters harder to read, like in this example here. They look a little too close together and it's harder to see where the stroke weight gets thinner. So this one compared to this one where the stroke weight's pretty much the same all around, this one's the more readable or legible. Next we have readability. So readability is how easily and or comfortably you can read the text. This can be done by using type size, like in this example here. This is saying that any size can pretty much be printable, but doesn't mean it's readable. I would say that the more readable would be 7, 8, and 9. Next we have line spacing, which is in this example here. So these paragraphs are a bit more spaced out, so they look more breathable and easier to follow and read versus this one that's just too close together. We also have line length. So this one here has a very long line length and it just looks a little unappealing, not something that I would want to read, versus this one that's more closer together. Well, not closer together. The line length is just not as long. So this one looks more achievable and doable for reading. We also have all caps, contrast, and reverse type, which I have on this slide here. So using all caps can be a little harder to read as well, but if you were to space it out right enough, it could be achievable. We also have contrast, that I have this example here. It can be a little harder to read because you do have a light background with a light colored font. So it's kind of hard to read this middle portion, which is important. So if you were in a car, I'm sure you wouldn't be able to see this. You'd probably have to drive by it a few times and really pay attention. And with reverse type, that's really using a black background with a lighter font. And it does make it a little harder to read because it takes the light away from the lighter font, but it also can be achievable. That's whenever weight comes into hand. So if this text were to be a little more thick, bigger, it still would be readable, but this is also something that you need to look out for. So our jobs as designers is to use legibility and readability hand in hand to create safety for everyone around, or to help a small business grow, or to simply find your destination. Our job is to conduct smooth communication to make our work enjoyable and easy to read. And that's all I have for you guys today. So please let me know what you think.